All right, 4-7 are composition functions, and all you really have to do is substitute. So, let's see here. Composition, if I had like an F and a G, I would write it something like this: F of G of X. So you're going to have to substitute twice, and when you are substituting, you are going to work inside out, which means you're going to do the inside parentheses first. So we've got three equations. We have f of x, g of x, and we have h of x. So let's go ahead and cross off 5 and 6. Okay, so first I want to do g of 3. So I'm going to use g of x because it's g. And I'm going to put 3 in for x. So I'm going to do 4 times 3 minus 5, 12 minus 5, which is 7. That's what g of 3 is. Well, now I have this f. So now I want to do f of 7. So to do that, I'm going to use the first equation that has an f with it, and I'm going to put a 7 in for x. So 2 times 7 plus 1. 14 plus 1 will give me 15. So you're really just substituting twice. Okay, next one, number 4. So first I'm going to do f of negative 2. So I'm going to put negative 2 in for x. So I'm going to do 2 times negative 2 plus 1. And then negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. So that's what that becomes. Well, now I got an h there, so now I want to do h of negative 3. So now I'm going to use this one because it's the one that has the h with it. So I'm going to put negative 3 in for x. So negative 3 squared plus 2, that gives me 9, plus 2, which is 11. Okay, now when you come down here, I don't have just numbers, I have variables and numbers. So I'm not going to get an actual answer like I did back up here. I'm going to get an expression. So first I'm going to do f of 2m. So I'm still going to use this one, but wherever I see an x, I'm going to put 2m. So 2 times 2m plus 1. So my x just changed to a 2m. This is going to give me 4m plus 1. That's as far as I can go. I'm done with that part. Now I'm going to do g of 4m plus 1. So I'm going to come up to this one. And in for x, I'm going to put 4m plus 1. So 4 times x minus 5. So in for x, I'm going to put 4m plus 1. Okay, I got to simplify that. So first I have to distribute the 4. And then I have to combine like terms. So 16m minus 1 would be the answer to that one. Okay, number 8. So first I have to do g of 3a minus 1. So I'm going to put 3a minus 1 in for this x. So let's see, it's 4 times x minus 5. So right in here, I'm going to put 3a minus 1. Okay, I'm going to distribute the 4. That gives me 12a minus 4 minus 5. Combine like terms, I get 12a minus 9. So that's what that becomes. Now I'm going to do h of 12a minus 9. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to put 12a minus 9 in for x. Okay, so I got x squared plus 2. That's what h of x is equal to. So in place of x, I'm going to put what's in parentheses, 12a minus 9. Now you got to be careful because that squared really means I have 12a minus 9 times another 12a minus 9. So I have to FOIL this out, which we've done before. I'm going to take 12a times both of these. That's going to give me 144a squared minus 108a. And I'm going to take negative 9 times both of these. Negative 108a plus 81. And then I still have this plus 2 that I got to squeeze in there. Okay, now I'm going to combine like terms. Okay, so 144a squared minus 216a, and then I got to combine those two together to get plus 83. So that's my answer to number 8. Okay, moving on. 9 and 10 are just like the two we just did, so we can eliminate those. Let's look at 11 and 12 now. Okay, so first I'm going to do g of x. Well, there's really nothing to substitute because I already know what g of x is. G of x is equal to 3x plus 1. I'm going to cross that out and put 3x plus 1. Now I'm going to do f of 3x plus 1. So I'm going to come to this one, and wherever I see an x, I'm going to put 3x plus 1. So 2 times x minus 4. So in parentheses, I'm going to put what's in parentheses here, 3x plus 1. I'm going to distribute the 2. That gives me 6x plus 2, then minus 4. Combine like terms, I get 6x minus 2. Okay, number 12. So I'm going to do f of x first. There's nothing to substitute. I just have to write down what f of x is, which is 2x minus 4. Okay, now I'm going to do g of 2x minus 4. So I'm going to come to this one, and in place of this x, I'm going to put 2x minus 4. So 3 times x plus 1. Again, this x changes to what's in parentheses. 2x minus 4. Okay, I'm going to now simplify. So first I have to distribute. So 6x minus 12 plus 1. And now I combine like terms and get 6x minus 11. Okay, so that's how you substitute with equations. Now we're going to substitute given a graph. All right, let's cross off 16 and 18. Okay, so this graph is u of x, and this graph is v of x. So recall whatever's in parentheses, that is the x value. So first I'm going to do u of negative 1. So first I have to go over on the x-axis to negative 1. I have to go up to get to my graph. I have to go up 1 to get to my graph. So that becomes 1. Now I'm going to do v of 1. So now I'm going to come over to this graph. Again, this is an x value. So I'm going to go over to 1 on the x-axis. Looks like I have to go up 2 places to get to my graph. So my final answer is 2. Okay, let's try 14. So first I want to do v of 5. So on the x-axis, I'm going to go over to 5. Here's 5. This time I have to go down to get to my graph. I have to go down 2. So this becomes negative 2. Now I'm going to do u of negative 2. So now I'm going to come over to this graph. Here's negative 2. It looks like I'm already at my graph. I don't have to go up or down, so my answer is just 0. Okay, 15. U of negative 2. Well, we just did that. U of negative 2 is 0. This becomes 0. And now I'm going to do V of 0. So now I'm going to go over here to this graph. Here's 0 on the x-axis. I have to go up 3 to get to my graph, so my answer is 3. All right, last one. We got a bunch of stuff going on here. So first I'm going to do u of 0 because I want to do the innermost parentheses first. So that would be right here. I'm already at my graph. So u of 0 is 0. Now I'm going to do v of 0, which we found right here. V of 0 was 3. Okay, now I'm going to do this side. So I'm going to do v of 4. So I'm going to go over to 4 on the x-axis over here, because this is the v of x graph. I have to go down 1 to get to my graph. Now I have to do u of negative 1. Now I got to come over here to this graph. Here's negative 1. I have to go up 1 to get to my graph. And then finally, it says to add. So if I add my two answers together, my final answer is 4. So that is 4, 7.